Good morning, happy Tuesday. We are back from our whirlwind adventure this last week. Finally home and settled, but just for a little bit. And so last night was super fun. I didn't really speak much in my video, as you could see. A lot of moving around out in public and wasn't really comfortable talking either. So yesterday, you know what? I can do a recap and then we'll see where this goes. So yesterday I got on the train with the intention of being able to have a little break at the train station, which included eating, watching TV or whatever, and then like putting my makeup on. So got on the train, made it to New York safely. I think I had about an hour and a half to like do stuff before the event, because I honestly didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if there was going to be like some type of announcement in the beginning or what was really going to happen. So we ended up eating in the food court or I think they call it a food hall up there. Same difference. So we ended up eating ramen. And I've had that ramen before, so it was pretty good still. So I did that, and then I actually walked around to try to find like a not so busy restroom, so that way I can like do my makeup and get ready without being like completely judged. So like obviously the bathroom in the food hall was not, it was busy and all over the place. So definitely would have felt like I was going to get judged for putting my makeup. Really? Definitely feel like I was going to get judged for putting my makeup on in the busy bathroom. So I found one upstairs tucked away in the corner where there was like very little traffic. So I was able to just set up shop and put my makeup on and just get ready for the event. And so we did that. Then we headed over to the event, and as you could see, it was absolutely beautiful. So the presentation wasn't actually like a runway show. It was more so like the models, standing there, and people would just like walk around in a circle. So I did that a few times, just looking at the dresses. And then the one guy that was there that had a veil with like a mustache attached to it, I thought that was really cool. And then, just walked around. I saw somebody from that I met at Engage a few years ago, so that was cool to reconnect. And then there were some other photographers that I am aware of, where I saw as well, so we said hi to each other. And overall it was really, really fun. I did overhear one of the, I guess the designer's staff. They had mentioned that like this collection was inspired by, I think the designer's like original designs like 18 years ago, and they said it was like a little homage to like Frida Kahlo. So I thought that was really cool, and then you could really see like the intricacy of like all like the floral patterns and things like that. And the designer Rima, she partnered with Preston Bailey on this design, and you could really see like both of their influences within each of the pieces that were throughout the presentation. And then in the middle we had they had the candles and the large like standing candelabra, so it was really, really pretty. And then we got a little gift, so that was really cool. A little keepsake for going there. And so I'm gonna unbox it with you guys right now. So it is a rose brooch, which I think is really cool. So I'll be like wearing it somewhere. All the staff was wearing these as well. So I thought that was really, really cool that I got to have a little keepsake. And then right after that, literally went back to the train station and got my butt back home so I could sleep in my own bed. Like I had mentioned before, I applied for access to New York Bridal Fashion Week, and Reem Akra was the one that sent out the invitation. So very appreciative and very excited that I got to experience this. Of course, New York Bridal Fashion Week is this whole week, so there's a bunch of presentations and all the other stuff, but I felt that one between this week and next week, like I don't think I could have stayed in New York the whole entire time, because next week we're literally going to LA, and last week we were in Hampton Roads, and so I feel like I just needed to like be home, so then that way I can just kind of like stay home with my family until I go out for like a whole week. So maybe next time, maybe next year, we can go to more presentations or more of the fashion shows. We'll see how I feel, because in general it's expensive, right? Like I have to pay for everything. This is something that you get invited to like see and preview, and they're not really like giving you anything. So, or they don't pay for any of this stuff. And so it would be all coming out of my pocket. So I say all that to say I really had a good time. It was really cool. And then also Cory Booker was on my train coming back home. It was really funny because like we were boarding and I looked at this guy and I was like, he looks like Cory Booker. And then there was like a few people like around him, like I guess his staff was with him like on the train ride, and I was like, he really looks like Cory Booker. And then I overheard like a few of like the other guests like asking if he was Cory Booker. I was like, oh, that's really cool that like that Cory Booker was there. I think he's a senator. Y'all don't come for me. I just know his name. I don't know his like title. But yeah, I thought that was really cool that he was riding on the same train as I was coming back home to DC. So yeah, I think that is a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of New York Bridal Fashion Week. I'm actually gonna go start editing some of the photos that I took. I ended up taking photos with my DJI. So let's see how those come out. Beforehand I was like playing with the settings, so I was able to do like raw photos. So let's see how they actually like came out, if they're actually like decent enough. I mean, the video quality is really good on the DJI, so I would assume that the photo quality would be, but I don't know, we'll see. But I think for sure next time, if I do go again, I will bring my camera. And I also saw, oh my God, there were so many photographers there, you guys. Like, of course she had her team photographing, but then she like let other photographers in. And yeah, everybody just like brought all their equipment and like left their bags like in the hallways and stuff. So I see how it could go. I see how it goes. So definitely took some lessons learned. I saw some people dressed up. I saw some people in jeans. Like there's people that some people it seemed like they just like came off the street to look at stuff. But other than that, I think it was a really cool experience and definitely have some like lessons learned. I mean, I think I managed it very well. Like I packed lightly. I used my my Coach Empire bag and packed lightly. I had my makeup, my headphones, my iPad for entertainment, and my phone. And then of course my, regular essentials. So I think I did good. I think maybe next time I'll bring a book bag so I don't have to like hold it, but bring a book bag and then also bring my camera. So yeah, so those are I think those are a few of like the lessons learned that that I am considering. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. I honestly don't know if I'm going to record anything this week. I think I'm just going to decompress, but we will be recording when we go out to LA. So very excited to bring y'all along with me and see how that goes. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It is the 12th of April, and I need to get packing. As I mentioned in one of the other clips, I'm headed to LA to visit my sister and visit her kiddos. She just had a baby, so we're gonna go off to the West Coast to visit her and have some me time when I'm not helping her with her kiddos. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. But before that, a few videos ago, we switched out our, summer, spring clothes for winter, fall. And so now we got to do that again. So this trip is technically forcing me to switch out my wardrobe. So that is exactly what we're doing today. We're looking through all of our spring, summer stuff, packing that for LA. And then going through our closet and, reducing some of the things that we have in there so that way we can switch out our wardrobe. So that is the deal for today, or that's the goal for today. And then, of course, I will let y'all know if we do anything else. But other than that, I just wanted to say, hey, good morning. It's been a few days, so just wanted to hop on, say hey, and get my day started. Y'all, this is all the winter stuff that I want to put up. I feel like this is a bigger pile than the spring one, but let's get to it. more bags than I had expected. I ended up using all the smalls and the mediums. I did end up having one bag that had a hole in it, so I had to get rid of that. But other than that, we're good. I kept this one separate because it's mohair, and I kept these separate because they're cashmere. Just didn't want to mess those up at all. But yeah, and then I think I did a better job of categorizing things. Like sweaters were together, shirts are together, pajamas are together, fancy outfits are together. Yeah, so I think I did a better job this time. So now let's vacuum them up and put them under the bed. All done. Yay! It only took, I don't know how long. I'll put it down here when I figure it out. I want to say maybe 2 hours, but it actually wasn't as bad as I thought, so we got it done. All these, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 bags. So yeah. 11 bags. Let's figure out where to put them. I mean, obviously we're going to put them under my bed, but let's figure out where under the bed. But other than that, yeah, we're done. We are done with the switching of the seasonal clothes. We have about 11 bags. So we have those. And then these two over here. So yeah, so about 11 bags. I did stuff differently this time just so that way I wouldn't get like too overwhelmed. So what I did was I took all the spring things. What I did for this go round, which I think helped out a whole lot. So I took all the spring stuff out of all the bags, and then figured out what I want to wear for LA and what I want to just put away. So I did all that, and then after I did that, I went into my closet and I took out all the winter things that I don't want to wear, and then I also took stuff out of my drawer and my clean laundry basket. So I took out things that I want to store for the season, as well as some of the like pajamas, t-shirts, things like that. And so after I took all that out and made that pile, then all the hangers that I used for the winter stuff, I took all the spring stuff and hung it up slash put them in the drawers. And then after that, I packaged all of these all at once, like, so packaged everything and then vacuum sealed everything. So I think with that flow, it was a whole lot better and a whole lot easier. So yeah, so I feel super accomplished. I got that out the way. I was actually dreading it because I thought it was going to take forever, but it really didn't. Like I said, I think it took me maybe like 2 hours to switch the whole thing. And so now the remaining things that I can do, at least for the trip, is I just need to find, I found a lot of bottoms in here, like pants and shorts that I want to wear. So I have those. So now it's just like I need to just figure out tops, shoes, accessories, and toiletries and makeup and stuff like that. But I can do that tomorrow because the flight isn't until Monday. So yeah, so that is all the things. So now I'm just gonna put these under the bed and then go about my day. I still want to get a walk-in, so I think I'm going to do that after I put these things away, and then we'll see what the day does and where it takes us. Other than that, talk to y'all later. And then, of course, as always, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. I'm excited that that you watched this presentation, and if you're returning, thanks again for coming back and putting up with my shenanigans. And then don't forget to tell a friend that your wedding and event photographer is on YouTube and they should go check her out. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.